My first thing is when I got down with my colleague Darisha, just next to the hotel, somebody came and asked me for change. I mean, we come from a third world country, or we are known as a third world country. Netherlands is supposed to be a first world country. So here they ask for change. In Sri Lanka, they are much more direct. They beg and say, can you give me some money? That's one. The number two is the first day, we went around, and then I happened to know the ambassador, and he invited me for a spicy Sri Lankan meal. And on the way back, there were roadblocks, police all over. I was shocked. I thought this is the international city of peace and justice. How would you have police here? You're not supposed to have policemen here. There were protests. I think there were roadblocks. So we had to walk about 200 meters. So this is my third visit to the Netherlands, but still, nevertheless, the world does not expect police to be around, but I think the protests were against the police. Having said that, what I want to just to share one story where I studied my journalism in New Delhi, in India. Then I went to see a professor, and I saw a photograph of this professor with the Dalai Lama. And I asked him, can you get me an opportunity to interview him? So he did, but it took 1 year. I went to Dharamsala, MacLeodganj, that's you go to New Delhi and go there. I had a 45-minute interview with the Dalai Lama. But that was the Tibetan New Year, what they call Losa. We say Happy Losa. I waited for that. Then I returned to Sri Lanka. I did this interview, which was wonderful. And I must add that lots of people think Dalai Lama is enlightened. No, he is not. He himself says that he has a great sense of humor. So I returned to Sri Lanka. Of course, the Chinese doesn't like it. Then I think I realized that I was banned from going to China. But I worked for a newspaper called the Sunday Leader at the time. But we said, okay, we asked the Chinese. All that happened. Then I did go with our former president, whom I worked for, to China once. So there was no issue. It was forgotten. But I would consider the highlight is that this year, I got an invitation from the government of China to visit Tibet. We all love Tibet. I'm sure all of you all have read Tintin in Tibet. We grew up with these comics, and we all knew, and of course, what Brad Pitt has done. It was a wonderful opportunity. I don't know whether the visa, all these things had got erased, or the Chinese wanted me to see the other side. I would say it was one of the most wonderful visits. To me, I've been to Kashmir, both sides of Kashmir, if you know about the Kashmir issue, the Indian side of Kashmir and the Pakistani side of Kashmir, which the Indian side of Kashmir I will call my dream valley. But I found Tibet to be the most beautiful place. It was a wonderful place. But what I'm trying to say, the story is that in journalism, I have a mixed background. I was a journalist, I was a diplomat, then came back to journalism. Because I want to be in my genes, I want to be happy. When you are a diplomat, you get a bit more money, you have the perks, everything, you get a residence, you get all that, you get your cooks. But I think I was sad, I couldn't do what I wanted, it was always a front. So now I'm back to journalism, but coming back, what I really want to tell you all is, things happen, doors open. The story is that I waited for 1 year to interview the Dalai Lama. Things happen, of course we all wanted to interview people who had won the Nobel Prize. So I think, and the journalists, doors open, things happen, we get disheartened, but we could go anywhere. But what I think is most important for journalists is the courage and lots of lung power. Thank you very much.